Time now for Better Money. Today is the topic of how to avoid that retirement income gap. And here to talk more about that is Joel Johnson. He's a certified financial planner and managing partner at Johnson Brunetti right here in Connecticut. Thank you so much for being here.
Great to be here again, Kara.
It's certainly something people are concerned about, of are we going to be able to live the way we want to live if we retire?
Yeah, it puts a lot of pressure on people. And many times when they're thinking about this, if they've had children, the children are just through college or you know, maybe in college at the time. And so it's something we want to think about and get the ball rolling ahead of time. That's one of the keys.
And that's where you say really make sure you develop a plan before, keyword before you retire.
Before, and I would say rule of thumb, about 5 years, maybe even 7 years before, start thinking about this, start having the conversation about what kind of shape are we in, are we going to have enough money, what kind of lifestyle do we want, so that you can really go into retirement with a solid plan in place.
Okay, and one thing you can do is boost pre-retirement savings.
Yeah, even though, you know, again, if the college pressures have been what life has been about and you're finally through that, or maybe you're in that, anytime you can put more money into that 401k, that 403b, that's the better. So think of it as this is the rocket fuel to your future retirement success, is those few years before you actually retire, stuffing as much money as you can into that employer-sponsored plan.
All right, and you might need to consider working longer.
Yeah, this isn't something fun to consider. A lot of times people feel like, now I deserve retirement, I've raised the kids, I'm well on my way. But that one extra year of working can sometimes make a huge difference. We don't realize that. It's like for every extra year you work, you get a double year credit, because unfortunately you work for an extra year, which means you shrink your retirement years by 2 years because you're probably living not quite as long, right? Your life expectancy. So it's kind of hard to explain here, but by working an extra year, you can kind of get 2 years of retirement credit savings.
Okay, and you can always delay Social Security payments if you have the money coming in. You
can, if you've got the money to bridge the gap. Remember, Social Security, as we've talked about before in the program here, is a huge asset that people misunderstand and underestimate. So if you can forego taking Social Security and wait, that Social Security benefit builds up.
Okay.
It also protects you against living too long, and you have inflation protection.
Yeah. Now you want to make sure that your essential expenses are covered. So definitely know what it just takes to live for a month.
Yeah, know what it takes to live for a month. And some people choose to use an annuity to cover their basic income needs. So you figure out, okay, these are my basic income needs. Let's say it's $3,000 a month. I know I can live off of that. Then they might buy an annuity, which is a little bit like buying a guaranteed pension that covers those needs. So you know that your other money, your investment money, is extra. That's not the right strategy for everybody, but it may make sense to at least consider it.
Might help you sleep at night. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So depending on what your situation is, you might have different answers. So the Changing Story of Retirement, you have an offer for us, and it's a book. It is to take advantage of the offer. All you'd have to do is send an email to bettermoney@wfsb.com, The Changing Story of Retirement. It
gives you great tips, things that you need to be thinking about before and even in retirement.
All right, Joel Johnson, thanks so much for being here. Again, that's bettermoney@wfsb.com to get your free book.
Thanks, Kara.
Thanks.